Hi friends, that's Alex from DataStax, and today we are going to do a practical part of our application development workshop for Cassandra, prepared statements. What do we have right now? We have a killer video application, which is our reference application for Cassandra development, and we have a little trouble. Our register user action is not implemented. So that's what we are going to do right now. And of course, we are going to use prepared statements because that's a correct way to work with Cassandra. First of all, I'm opening my integrated development environment. For this one, we are using Eclipse Gem. So we have already our application ready, and I can start that. Eclipse builds it for us. And we are ready. Start that killer video server in 5 seconds. Good, but not perfect. Why? Let's go to killer video. I want to register. Nothing will happen for a very simple reason. Our method to register user is simply not implemented. So we go to user management service and we see a really sad situation on the create user. Create that user. That's always about that. Someone didn't do his job well enough. Okay, we will implement that. First thing we do with prepared statements, we have to declare variables for them. It's all already prepared for us, so we can save some time and add them. So we create prepared statement, create user check email and create user insert user. First one, obviously, we are going to use to check email if it already added or not. And second, because we don't want to add user with the same email twice. And second one, we use to insert user. Well, pretty obvious. Now we create these prepared statements. We are going to do it in the class constructor. Oops. That looks much better now. What do? We prepare a statement with query builder, insert into our user credentials table name, email, password, and user ID. Only if they not exist, so we are going to use lightweight transaction. And for insert user prepared statement, we are going to insert data into users table name with user ID, first name, last name, email, and create a date. Again, we are doing that only if it doesn't exist. So we are going with read before write. So it happens on the init, and our prepared statements will be prepared only one, time during the application bootstrap as soon as we create instance of this class, which is going to be created only once. What's next? First of all, we as usual have to validate some data. Don't trust user input. So we go to create user and we check with validator if the input is valid. If it's not, we will just return for now. Next thing, we have to fetch data from the request as we consider it valid already. We will need date, user ID, first name, getting it from request, last name, same, hashed password, email, and message in case user with his email is already exist. Finally, we are going to bind this statement, check email, with our data. So here we set some real data which we got from our request to a real statement. Now we have to check results of our lightweight transaction. So take a look. We are executing this prepared statement with our data, and when we check if it was applied or not. What does that mean? When you run an application as when you run a query with lightweight transaction, read before write, if result set has a flag was applied set to true, it means what a lightweight transaction was fine and we can apply. So this email doesn't exist in our table. But if this email was already registered, was applied, will be set to false, and therefore we will report an error and return. That's a very convenient function to work with, was applied. So we go on. As we expect now this email doesn't exist, we can add next set. So we bind values for the insert user prepared statement, which is pretty obvious, going to be user ID, first name, last name, email, and create a date. When we execute this statement, and again check if it was applied, as it also uses lightweight transaction inside. So we can check if it was applied. And we check for that, yes. If it wasn't applied, we report for an error. Now we finish HTTP request as it's done. So I'm stopping previous instance of the application and compiling it again. With our updated method, create user. Looks much better now, yes. Okay, and we start the killer video servers. Now I simply can repeat this request, and as we have method fill it and compile it, it should work. Let's try. Yes, New user has been created, and we can go to the account of this user. We can return. Now we can open a video, set score to that, add a comment. Yeah, looks perfect. Congratulations, everyone. We just prepared, added, binded, and executed some prepared statements. And that's how you use prepared statements in Java application development of our workshop application development for Cassandra. Thank you and have fun.